As a disclaimer, the big disclaimer I'll make is that I'm not a geologist, and our geologist is supposed to make this presentation, so please take my geological knowledge with a grain of salt here. My name is Robin Dunbar. I'm the president. Grid's the same company, Mustang Minerals. We've been around for 20 years. We rolled back the company, the stock, 3 years ago and renamed it Grid. Our primary asset is property in Manitoba, copper nickel, with some PGMs. And we've had Easeful Lake, which is our palladium property, since the last palladium boom in 2000. So I've actually seen this palladium mania happen before. A recent really positive addition for our company is the addition of Dave Peck as our VP Exploration. Dave was the VP Exploration for North American Palladium, and he worked with Jim Gallagher there as part of the team that sold the company to Implats. And he also ran global nickel exploration for Anglo American for 7 years. And so he's a great addition to our team as one of the leading geoscientists in his field globally. And suffice it to say that the people that we'll be using for our exploration at Easeful Lake, it's the same team that Dave utilized at North American Palladium, which ended up as an over 10 million ounce deposit. Derek did a good job on the palladium market. Easeful Lake, what you're looking at there in green is a 22-kilometer long layered intrusion about an hour west of Sudbury. It is just about 20 minutes by road north of the Trans-Canada Highway, turn north at Massey. The project has great infrastructure. We have permits for drilling and a MOU with the local First Nation. So it's a really good place to go explore for nickel. There's a lot of research and drilling and exploration that's been done at this property, but most of that was done in 2000 to 2002. We optioned the property in 2009 for a company that drilled for nickel along the base of the intrusion, and they, even though they were drilling for nickel, hit some palladium targets. The Easeful is about 20 kilometers long. We have 90% of the complex. In the blue box on the left-hand side, there's about a 3-kilometer stretch. There's a company, Canadian Palladium, who I'll give a little shout out to. They're doing some drilling there now. They should get some interesting results. They've got about a 3-kilometer strike length, and they're putting about $1 million into their program. So overall, at Easeful Lake, the old model was drill along the margin of the intrusion where there's kind of a layer that goes along the south margin for about 20 kilometers. But what really is the kind of the difference now is that we're looking for a different type of exploration model. And that's really feeder structures, which is like at Lac des Îles. Apparently Lac des Îles, the surface expression of that deposit is about 800 meters. And so you could fit a lot of Lac des Îles into this Easeful Lake. So what you do is you look for structure. In and around the structure, you get concentrations of sulfides. Easeful Lake has very, very high tenor sulfides, so very small amount of sulfides can grade really high in PGs. So this should make a really high PG concentrate, which is positive for the PG companies. And we're looking for wide zones of plus a gram on surface, and underground we want north of 3 grams, and that's the kind of the grade that they have at Lac des Îles. So there's a slide which kind of gives you the conceptual model there. So what they did apparently at Lac des Îles with the exploration success is they used a passive geophysical survey based on resistivity. So they put a bunch of, it's a Spartan MT survey. They put a bunch of monitors out in the field, leave them overnight, measure the thunderstorms in South America, put it through a supercomputer, and are able to come up with geophysical targets. So we're going to combine this with the really extensive field work that we've done there back in 2000. And the purple zones here that you see are with the blue boxes around are the two areas that we're going to look at first. So those areas have, significant drill holes. Surface values would be up to like 28 meters at close to a gram. We have high grade values in drill holes of 15 grams over like half a meter. But this is all kind of, we haven't had the right kind of exploration approach to this, and there's been very little work done recently. So what we're going to start in the next couple of weeks is a geophysical program. We're going to pick two areas that you see in blue, do the MT survey, and hopefully get some great targets to go out and drill. And if that doesn't work out, we still have our project in Manitoba. We have a huge portion of the Bird River Sill, which I call that's the poor man's ring of fire. This was the geological surveys in Manitoba, Quebec, and Ontario, and Canada teamed up. This is a belt that has chromite, nickel, PGEs. We have a 40 million ton resource. We've worked on the metallurgy the last few years. There's about 300,000 ounces of PGE in the resource. We need to increase the size of the deposit to get it over the hump economically. But when what's happened in palladium happens in nickel, and everyone's excited about nickel companies, I guarantee you our company will be up here because there's not many projects like this in Canada with significant nickel resources, and also recoverable cobalt, and copper, and PGEs. So we've got a good team to go and help us explore here. The little purple dot you see there on the map to your left is ultramafic zone that has PGs, and we drilled that back in 2011, and the best hole we hit was 43 meters of about 3 grams PGs, and we did some more drilling, had some success. It's a high chlorite alteration, same stuff as they see the high grade at Lac des Îles again, structurally controlled. So, but we have a great, opportunity to go back here and again with the right team now look at that and to kind of help get this project over the hump. So, Grid Metals is not only, I think we've got one of the best exploration projects and teams for palladium right now in Canada, but we have a significant resource, including some PGs and some other assets that, up our sleeve. And we're, the big catalyst for us is going to be our drill program, which is happening in the next couple months. So please stay tuned. Thanks very much. And thank you, Derek.